Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Let's get into it. We need some haste. I don't remember this group being this close. Because aren't they? Oh, so you've got to get really close to them before they kick it off. But these guys are just automatically there. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. I want to kick it off with you.
We should move.
And this is one. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that.
Refuse to accept their statement.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh no, I should have killed him instead. Oh, she got too close. Not too bad.
You are my favorite aide.
Get up, get up, get up,
My
get up, get
unbiased
up.
opinion?
Why did? Oh. Thank you. I was about to say.
I'm ready to move out.
This works.
The world has suffered enough.
That. Excellent. You're all good. Masterwork. Braces of armor, +3. Vast intelligence, +4. That's not bad. That's it. Ooh, I gotta remember. Don't sell that freaking scimitar we picked up. Alright, next up. Let's make a deal then. My sister and I will... Hey! Be gone, mortal. How dare you listen to our conversation?
I'll watch your back.
That's activated. And... Okay. That. I prefer that. She needs to start with him. And... you. Why not? A little surge, why not? There we go. Before he starts doing his little craziness. Excellent. That's just regular stuff.
I hope you appreciate this.
This is also just regular stuff. No problem. Alright. Oh, now we also need to... Yep, there we go. Talk to the guy who's bothering Honeytongue. Before we do that, though, you could use this to go all the way up to the upper city, as opposed to having to get past the guards. So we'll head up real quick. Just because I think there's another chest you have to loot halfway up. Might as well take care of that now. Let's see. And there is. Hey, there we go.
I am helpful,
Boom.
am I not?
Helm of Static Discharge. This helm grants his wearer a +5 competence bonus to CMD and electricity resistance 30. Also, whenever the wearer of this helm becomes a target of a spell that deals electricity damage, even if such effect was prevented by spell or elemental resistance, his next attack deals additional 2d6 of electricity damage. One of these days, I'm going to specialize in electricity and be able to make use of all that equipment. Even though, honestly, I feel like the electricity equipment is not nearly as good as the fire equipment you can get access to. And also, I don't understand why all the items seem to focus on those two elements specifically. I don't feel like acid or ice gets nearly the same amount of love. And it's not like their spells are significantly more powerful, so I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Let me help.
Okay, he's good. A Vavakia demon resembling a spike-covered centaur stands on the roof like an especially ugly gargoyle. So, that whore sent another assassin. Well, come closer, you fool. Let me see who I'll be having for dinner tonight. Yesterday there were two, and I crushed them into a single ball of meat. Zerieks, I'm here to see actually, so I am not the first person Morevet hired? The demon grinned, showing his many teeth. If I had kept the skulls of every one of you, I would have built myself a magnificent palace out of them long ago. I picked that Morevet in the brothel once. She seemed sturdier than the others, but I didn't realize my strength could drive even a succubus insane. The wench decided we were meant for each other. Of course, I laughed off that nonsense, but she scraped together some money and now sends assassins after me in revenge. She knows how much it annoys me. You gullible morons are always interrupting my day, but your bones crunch nicely as I chew, it must be said. You look smarter than the others, though. Would you like to make a deal? I don't know how much more Morevet promised you, but I'll double it. It'll be easy money. You don't even need to kill Morevet. That's impossible inside the brothel anyway. Just give her my enchanted ring. As soon as she takes it, she'll be teleported here, and we'll have a little heart-to-heart. The cunning wench went to such efforts to spend one more minute with me, so this will make her dream come true. The demon bites his finger and smears the massive ring on his hand with blood. The demon chuckles the whole time, eyes twinkling with mirth, as if this is all a game. I think you're hiding something. Ha! You don't trust me? That's the right call. Don't trust a word you hear in the abyss. Not that you have many choices. Either accept my deal or accept my invitation to dinner as the main course. Take the enchanted ring. Deal? Fine, then we have a deal. After you give her the ring, return here for your reward. We'll wait for you here, Morevet and I, or rather, what remains of her. I don't like being tricked, or rather, Lich doesn't like being tricked. So, he wants to confront her and try to find out what's going on. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, okay. Now let's find out what Chivarro has to say for herself. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we already dealt with the little mercenaries that she tried to have wipe us out.
We do it my way.
I'd like to hire several succubi to entertain the arena champion, Gelderfang. They are currently serving a special client in the upper city. As you surely understand, their caresses do not come cheap. Do you have 40,000 gold, by chance? I don't have that kind of money right now. With a chuckle, the Lilitu shakes her head. I don't need my ability to read minds to know what you're thinking. Don't be stingy. These succubi are worth every coin. I've been to the rotten guttery. You hired assassins to kill me. The Lilitu latches onto your consciousness. Her face contorts in a tense grimace, but you manage to fend her off with a determined effort. You piece of shit! Why couldn't you just quietly go there and die? You've caused nothing but trouble. Damn you for all the suffering you've caused Minagho and me. Why did you try to set me up? The Lilitu's rage is like a stream of liquid fire burning through your mind. She tries to hurt you, but you manage to restrain her. You are Minagho's enemy, my sweet Minagho. Vile Golarion, you'll pay for standing in our way. So, you and Minagho are lovers? Demons do not know love, the demoness snaps at you. Certainly not the kind you have on your stupid Golarion, but Minagho and I were closer than most demons ever get. We were bound by passion. At times, we irritated each other so much that we separated, but we were always drawn back to one another. We each became a drug to the other, and then you showed up and started hassling Minagho. Tell me the story of you and Minagho. The demon's rage fades. She speaks bitterly and sincerely, as if in confession. I always loved to sow chaos, whereas Minagho wanted to rule over it. She once usurped me and my own scheme, snatched it right from under my nose, and reaped its fruits for herself. The gauntlet had been thrown. We spent long months trying to kill each other. We were both impressed by the other's passion, and we became addicted to it. No one has ever wanted to destroy me with such fervor. Once, I tried to kill her in her bed as she slept. The fight somehow turned into sex, yet it was so much more than sex. In the morning, we both realized we were bound by our craving for each other. Of course, we do still try to kill each other. Minagho can be insufferable, and I'm not much better. But if one of us ever succeeded, it would be a terrible blow to whoever survived. I know demons should not have such feelings, but there's nothing I can do about it. See, this is what I was talking about in the party member ranking videos I did when I was talking about Arushale's romance. Why can't we get a romance like this with Arushale? I don't understand. I don't get it. Could two demons truly fall in love, albeit in their own terrifying way? It's believed their hearts have no capacity for love, but you and I both know light is stronger than darkness, and it can shine even in the most impenetrable gloom. Minagho is a powerless fool, and you can't do anything to me either. With a dull howl, the little two attacks you. Her claws seem to grow and sharpen before your eyes. The guard's chain collar clanks. He aims the wand at Chivarro and states in an uncompromising, slightly vindictive voice, "Brawling is prohibited. No exceptions. Please proceed to the exit." The demon activates his wand, and Chivarro, howling helplessly, is instantly transported to the streets of Alan Shinra. Looks like Chivarro's throne stands empty. We are supposed to choose a new leader. I regret that we must ask our guests to leave the 10,000 Delights temporarily. Very soon, our doors will be open to you once again. The succubus stands in the same corner where you left her, and she doesn't seem to be interested in other guests. You're back. I knew you'd return to me. So, Zerieks is dead? Please tell me you have his ring so that I can stop living in fear. I don't like that when you come back to her, it doesn't give you the opportunity to confront her about the scheme and basically ask why she's doing it. Either you have to hand her the enchanted ring, which you know is a trap, or you have to attack her. I think there needs to be another option here. But anyway, we'll just hand over the ring. You no longer need to be afraid. Zerieks is dead. What the? Damn you! Alright. The new owner won't talk to us yet until we step outside so they can figure out what their future is going to be like. So let's take this opportunity to run back upstairs. Why is the skeletal marksman not with us? Does the skeletal marksman have to be with us in order for us to go up? No, he does not. He's not even considered a real party member like that. And here the lovebirds are standing side by side. Morevet is sitting on the roof next to Zerieks, alive and well. Giving him your ring, that was a stroke of genius. I thought I'd have to flee through the back alleys like last time. When he came in, I was sure I was about to die. It was so exhilarating. Oh, Zerieks. Zerieks looks completely satisfied, and his scales gleam. Yeah, honey tongue. I noticed you were especially fast tonight. We had an interesting assassin this time, eh? Ha! Morevet notices you, and here he comes. Come here, sweetheart. We'll give you a generous reward. Zerieks grins. Come on, don't be shy. We're not going to hurt you. We're pleased with you. You played the game well. What happened? Why is Morevet still alive? There's nothing sweeter than playing games of life and death. When I think of Zerieks tearing apart yet another greedy idiot I've sent his way, The succubus closes her eyes and slowly traces her fingers over her breast and stomach. Just imagining it sends flames licking through my body. If only you knew how difficult it is to find a good partner. Everyone is so worried about their miserable lives. No one really understands how sweet it is to look death in the eye and know you still live. We succubi are always ready to please, but the desire that flares when a cold blade touches your throat, only Zerieks understands what I'm talking about.
Oh, I understand. We Vavakia are powerful demons. Few dare to attack us openly. What kind of life is that for a warrior? And Morevet could fool a paladin. She knows I love to flex my muscles and sharpen my teeth on the armor of strong but gullible fools.
How many people like me have you tricked? The succubus starts to count on her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 10, no, 15? And then there are those I send in pairs. Do we count them as 1 or 2? The demon rubs his chin.
30? No, I made Morevet a goblet out of the 30th skull. I remember it clearly. More came after that. I think there would be enough bones to build a throne by now.
Lawful. This is crazy, even for demons. You're insane, both of you.
The demon burst into laughter. Oh, you tried to insult me? Nothing is too crazy for demons. We're capable of anything.
The succubus shrugs indifferently. Does it matter if we're crazy, as long as we're having fun? I did everything you asked, so which one of you is going to pay me? The demon grins, showing his fangs.
Tonight, I'm paying for the both of us. You've managed to entertain me as well as my Morevet.
The succubus winks. Why should I pay you? We agreed you killed Zerieks, but he's alive, as you can see. By the way, if you talk to the madame, we can meet again. I'll charge you half the usual price. Eternal Ballad, a light mithril chain shirt. This +4 mithril chain shirt prevents Bard's bardic performance or Skald's raging song class abilities from being interrupted when the wearer is stunned or knocked prone. In addition, allies revived by the Skald's Song of the Fallen gain a +2 morale bonus to attack and damage until the end of combat. Definitely useful for some builds, but not the ones that we use. Alright, let's see if new management has finally come in. We'll save here because it just feels like it's been a while. And there we go. You are greeted by a succubus whose appearance is striking, to say the least. Her flawless skin, graceful figure, and aristocratic face would have made her a true beauty, if not for the terrible fresh scars. A jagged scar runs across her cheek, cutting through her scarlet sensual lips and under her high cheekbone. Her left eye is a gray cataract, surrounded by wounds from some caustic substance. The succubus's wings are tattered rags. Nevertheless, she behaves imperiously and with dignity, and those around her treat her with respect. The succubus sounds playful and relaxed. Welcome to the 10,000 Delights. My name is Herrax, and I am the new madam here, thanks to you. You rid us of that insolent upstart Chivarro, sending her after a haughty lover Minagho, so you could consider me in your debt. Know that you will always be welcome here, and my gift will be proof of that. With a graceful movement, the demoness hands you a gold coin. With this, every arch will recognize you as my favorite guest and teleport you here. If you wish to spend the night, have some fun, or restock your supplies, come to me. Don't waste your time on my little crooks. Leaning closer with a confident smile, the demoness whispers sensually, and if you rid us of Chivarro, my gratitude will know no bounds. I think that bitch is hiding somewhere in the lower city. Can you take care of her for me, my love? I want to know more about this place and its owner. Do you mean the former madam of the 10,000 Delights? Or the new one? The succubus winks with her one working eye. Who are you? To everyone else, I am the respected Madam of the 10,000 Delights, the protector and patron of this palace of pleasures, the strongest who lives here, the one who has earned the right to replace Chivarro on the throne. But you, honey, can just call me Herrax. The succubus's smile is both seductive and unsettling. You look awful. What happened to you? Herrax lightly waves it off. You mean my scars? A trifle. I'm a succubus. We are all beautiful and charming. We ain't bothered by the odd questions that haunt your kind. What if I'm not attractive? What happens once my beauty fades? This is why we're not as obsessed with our looks as you mortals. Have I ceased to be gorgeous because of a few scars? Flaunting her wounds, the succubus tilts back her head and laughs, a pleasant, arousing sound. I left these scars to serve as a reminder of how I got to where I am. As a reminder for others, that is. Now the smug scum will think twice before challenging my authority. Though you are a creature of the abyss, Shellin will not let me fail to acknowledge your beauty. Soseo shakes his head with regret. I don't understand why anyone should wish to spoil such beauty. The abyss has enough ugliness as it is. The succubus smiles, flattered. But you still see my beauty despite these terrible wounds. They are like a pinch of spice, serving to accentuate my utter perfection. What can you tell me about Chivarro and Minagho? At first, we thought those two would tear each other apart. Chivarro was in charge here for a long time, and no one bothered her because everyone knew who she was. Then Baphomet's minion, Minagho, showed up. They fought. Oh, how they fought. Then they started to conspire and plot against one another. They sent assassins. Then they drew their enemies into a proxy war against each other. By the end, they were obsessed. They went from sworn enemies to partners and took over the 10,000 Delights. They started walking around, hand in hand, cooing at each other. After that, they rarely tried to kill one another. Why is this place so named? Because the name distinguishes the way my palace differs from a common brothel or tavern. This is the sovereign territory of every imaginable pleasure and joy. Most of my domain is hidden from prying eyes. Behind every door is a corridor with other doors like this one. We stand in the center of a small labyrinth dedicated to hedonism. No matter your taste in alcohol, sexual gratification, topics of conversation, music, and drugs, you will find like-minded individuals here. Anyone who knows anything about pleasure flocks here, bringing their sophisticated taste and proclivities. I have no more questions. The succubus feigns innocence and remarks with a languid sigh, "You are so very curious. I love those who are curious." Do you have anything for sale? Indeed, I have several items that were forgotten here by our clientele. Some of the forgotten items Herrax is selling are stained with blood, and 2 of the rings bear the characteristic scratches of being cut off a dead body along with the fingers. Let's see. Bulk. That goes, that goes, that goes, that goes. Yep. Move. Move. That stays. That goes, that. I'm not sure about this. I have to look at that. I have to check that. This goes. Pretty sure this one goes. Max dexterity. Oh, wait, no. It's got a bunch of stuff I don't care about. But it is +4. Let me check. That goes. That goes. Pretty sure these go, but I'm not sure about these two. We'll look at that. Not sure about that one. That goes. Not sure about that one. This goes. I need to check on that. Does everybody have something in that necklace slot? +3. Not sure about that. Toxis wrap. Don't need that. Braces of armor +3. Don't need that. Alright, and what's going on down here? Nothing. Screaming omelet. I don't have that, so sure, I'll take it. Wisdom +6. Scarlet Allure. Yeah, there's definitely things over here I like. Oh, yeah. Rascal's Goggles. Yeah, we should probably definitely go ahead and pick that up. Wizard tail. Amulet of inner sight. No, I don't need that. Okay, so I have to come back for these other two. I do like wisdom +6, definitely. And then Scarlet Allure. Will saving throw DC 27. No, I'm not all that high on that, but the helmet definitely will need. Okay. Additional 150,000, much better. Let's open this back up. Do you have this already? Oh, you got +6, which means I should definitely. I gave you a higher intelligence rating than me. You know what? I'm gonna let you have that. It's okay, darling. It's okay. Rings. Right, okay. More protection for her. He's good. More protection for him. She doesn't use it. It won't let me. It is not letting me look at my skeletal marksman. What is going on with the skeletal marksman these days? This is dexterity +4. So again, I need to be able to see what my skeletal marksman has. And ooh, what is going on with you? Anybody else got these negative levels? All right, I'll deal with that in just a minute. Excellent. Okay.
I will lend you my aid.
And restoration. Put death ward on your tanks. Death ward on your tanks. There we go. All right. I'd like to hire several succubi to entertain the arena champion, Gelderfang. I recommend my best girls, the Sinners. They're expensive, 40,000 gold, but the arena champion deserves nothing but the best, no? The Sinners are currently with a client in the upper city. If we strike a deal, I'll tell you where to find them. Where can I find them? With a mysterious smile, the demon draws a map of the upper city and explains where to find the succubi. The house is quite easy to find. When you see an inscription reading the Palace of Incest and Degeneracy, you're in the right place. I'm looking for some company. What can you offer me? Each of my charges is a true master of their craft. Years of training in a range of arts, from oratory to the intricacies of sensual massage, have turned talented apprentices into true artists. No one on any plane can compete with them in the art of pleasing both body and soul. Perhaps you'd enjoy the spark of cheerful madness granted by the fae known as the Mad Glowworm. His temper is mild, her laughter arouses both body and mind, and the feeling of lightness a night with her gives you more than compensates for the terrible hangover in the morning. Perhaps your heart trembles at the sight of the wild strength and bestial power embodied in our unbridled Rockhorn. Like every incubus, he is strong, fierce, and incomparable in bed. But be warned, at the peak of passion, he does not hold back. Morevet Honeytongue didn't earn her nickname by giving speeches. Of course, she can entertain you with conversation if you so wish, but her tongue, sinuous and twisting like a snake's, will inject the venom of pleasure into your body. She knows no shame. She is a slave to her own lust and passion, and she is insatiable. So try to quench the flames of desire burning inside her. Every guest is the master of their own pleasure. Usually, it starts with wine and conversation. After that, they choose what they like, and all my charges have their own ways of entertaining guests. And while you're having a good time, we'll take care of your friends. They won't feel abandoned, especially that handsome friend of yours. The demoness darts a seductive look towards Soseo. The cleric shakes his head. I appreciate your kind offer, but I cannot accept it. Herrax pouts. You can't? I'd heard that among your warriors are those who emasculate themselves as a sign of their devotion to their gods, but I never believed such tales. What a pity. Such a perfect body. But we'll figure out something for you, you poor thing. Intimacy based on payment instead of sincere fondness makes a mockery of honorable feelings. It will degrade you, not to mention those unfortunate creatures, especially those who trade their bodies under duress. Sosiel shakes his head. This is a terrible place. A place where creatures unable to imagine love torture each other in an obscene parody of love. Do you really wish to defile yourself by participating in this blasphemy? You who knows what true love is? Ah, crap. I forgot. I'm Romancer Sosiel and he's right here. I can't do it. Oh, well. My thinking was I'm a follower of Urgathoa. The Lich loves this place. This place is right up his alley. But we're going to refrain. I need time to choose. Don't know where to look first? I understand completely. We have some true gems here. I don't want to pay for a room anyway. Besides, I feel like I need to probably head back. So I have to go. Herrax's voice turns languid and slightly petulant. You will come back to me soon, won't you? I'll miss you. Don't keep me waiting too long. Alright. Next up. Let's go talk to the mask. And then we can find the succubi. So we'll go Bad Luck Tavern. So talk to the mask. Find Chivarro. Find Minagho. Then head back to home base. Hopefully by that time, some of our party members' quests will be ready and it'll make more sense to go to the upper cities. So that is one thing I'm not a fan of about this act, but I mean, all the other acts are the same. Your party member quests are time-based, they don't just automatically pop up. And so you need to spend a certain amount of time in the area before they'll start coming to you and saying, hey, I need such and such. The woman in the red mask grimly examines a cloudy glass and its equally cloudy contents. She doesn't seem to notice you, but when the silence drags on, she grinds out, "Get lost. I'm not looking for drinking companions. Who are you?" Sneering, the masked woman hisses through clenched teeth. "It's none of your business. I am Red Mask and that should be enough for you. Why did you send assassins after Latverk?" The woman smiles bitterly and removes her mask, revealing the unmistakable features of an Aasimar. But what once was surely a beautiful face has been disfigured by terrible scars. Someone must have flayed her, carving away entire portions of her skin. That wretch deserves the worst death imaginable. When the demons abducted and enslaved me, Latverk bought me and my fellow captives. I thought myself saved, but I was wrong. The worst was yet to come. The things he did to us, I cannot describe them. He destroyed our bodies and our souls. His sick mind is full of filthy, perverse desires, and he acted them out on us. It was a miracle I managed to escape. I could have left the abyss, but it feels as if Latverk has sown the seeds of his madness in my soul. I refuse to spread his sickness to other places, happier places. Let his evil perish here, in the abyss, utterly and without a trace. The hand's voice trembles with barely concealed anger. She does not lie. Her heart aches with a desire for retribution. Latverk is a liar and a traitor, and he must answer for his misdeeds. Champion, we must go back and see that he faces justice for his crimes. A murderous lunatic, hiding behind a facade of generous and selfless virtue. How trite. Why is Latverk doing this? Because he is a madman, a blood-soaked lunatic draped in the raiment of a holy savior, a psychopath, a filthy deviant whose sick desires can only be sated by the suffering of his victims. What happened to you after you escaped? I have walked the path of vengeance since then. Callistria, patron goddess of all who have been wronged, has shown me I must dedicate myself to this path. I am the retribution that stalks villains in the night, paints the darkness red, and makes the streets ring with their pitiful screams as I end their miserable lives. Latverk deserves a fitting punishment. I will help you. Then go to his home and repay the man for his many sins. I will be waiting for you there. I will fall upon that deviant like the blade of vengeance itself. Together, we will ensure that he pays for his crimes with his life. The hand's voice is pensive and sorrowful. I weep for her. I see how open and pure her heart once was, a shining beacon of kindness and mercy. But the pain and torments that befell her made her cruel. Anger burns within her, and she no longer knows what is good and what is not. I cannot and will not judge her. I mourn the innocence that has been lost. Whew, rough. Okay. So we can go back and deal with him soon. But first, let's see if we can find Chivarro. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm getting used to the whole mute thing, but I still find it very surprising. Staunton didn't say a word. Like he's finally found a way to hurt Minagho, and he hasn't said a single thing. I'm flabbergasted that he has no content. That all of your undead party members are just mutes. Very disappointing. I didn't realize it was going to be like that, but whatever. It is what it is. Where do I have to be? Thank you. Let me save just in case he's going to say something once we arrive. And I do have access. Can I get into his inventory now? I can get into his inventory now. Does this help you? No, it does not. This does help you, though. And you don't need the coat. Okay, fine. There we go.
What I must.
Well, well, what a sweet little bird. We're gonna eat you up.
You pathetic lowlifes. Don't you recognize me? I am Chivarro, Madam of the 10,000 Delights.
Damn it. Forgive us, mistress. Please don't kill us. Have mercy.
You.
Because of you, I lost everything, and now I have to deal with these scum. Now I shall settle the score.
Hey, you scum. I will spare anyone who helps me kill this mortal.
Save the last
All
one
right.
for me.
Definitely focus on her. She does terrible things. I don't remember all of them, but they're terrible. In the beta, when she hit this guy, he would explode. I guess they decided to change that. Oh yeah, let's do that. And you, yeah, let's get that going and let's go. Yep. Skip past her because there we go. Yeah. I was about to say skip past them because she's the one you want. She does terrible things like paralyzing Camellia. I don't appreciate that. Bewildering injury. Okay, excellent. We good? We good. And a mighty fist. Looks like she doesn't have anything that's all that great. And now what is it? Is it at the end here? I can't remember. Nope, that leads up here.
I'm gone.
Where is that freaking thing? There we go. Can we get there? Nope. There we go. Come on, Camellia. All right. There we go. Minagho's hideout.
The goddess protects us.
He's good. And she's relatively good. Let's see. Anything to say, Stone? That's him. Don't let him near me. Kill him. I'll pay you double, triple. Did you hear the little two? Let's finish this mortal.
No time for debates.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You, where is it? There we go. You do that. And you can get start on that. There we go. Why is Camellia getting hit up so hard? Why is Staunton getting hit up so hard? Good lord. I can't even help you, Staunton. Jeez. This is not going well at all.
I can still fight.
Man. Rough. I can still fight. What is the... Oh, it might help if the Lich was actually doing something. What are you doing? Everybody who could be affected by this has been affected. There we go. Much better. It's fine. We're going to rest him anyway. You'll be alright. What are you? The demoness shrieks, backing away from you on unsteady hooves. I can't kill you. Can't deceive you. Can't escape. Not even here in the abyss. Her voice is almost a wail now, and her eyeless face is streaked with red tears that run from Baphomet's mark. Staunton wheezes. Ooh, here we go. Staunton wheezes, furiously clutching his weapon. His eyes are lit with a burning desire to attack, and he hisses through clenched teeth. You bitch. It is embarrassing to think that this creature was once hailed as the mistress of Dresden and the bane of Mendev. Your power proved to be as fragile as your self-esteem. How swiftly you fell. What's that mark on your face? Minagho's face twists in a grimace of horror and hatred. A brand. Baphomet's brand, and yours too. He branded me, my master. He branded me for my failure in Kenabris. He took my powers. He made my face. The damn thing hurts all the time. He said the mark would stay with me and I would keep bleeding until I spilled the blood of the one who caused me to fail in Kenabris. Minagho licks her lips and gives you a slanted grin. If only you would take pity on a poor demon and let me bring your head to Lord Baphomet, the pain would finally stop. So you'll be in pain until you kill me? Yes, but how am I supposed to do that when the brand has taken away half my powers? I can't do what's being asked of me. I just can't, and I'll never win back the favor of my lord in Hepsamira. Staunton grins mockingly and says with glee, Suffer, suffer, you dirty whore. I hope the pain consumes you. Tell me about the demons who command you. I serve Lord Baphomet, the great deceiver, who outwitted the Prince of Darkness Asmodeus himself. He is cruel, my lord, is cruel, imperious, cunning, and unstoppable. Deskari started the invasion of your world, but without the help of my master, he and his swarms of locusts would have done nothing on Golarion. Deskari's demons only know how to eat and kill. We, the servants of Baphomet, follow another path, the grimiest, most devious of all the paths that have ever been laid. I have been one of Baphomet's finest servants for hundreds of years. Hepsamira herself, his favorite daughter and priestess, took me to her bosom. But see how my loyal service has ended? When no one else can see me, I howl from the pain in my mark. I'm forced to grovel before pathetic idiots and witless warhounds. And here I am, begging for mercy from a mortal. Chivarro told me about your complex relationship. Don't
Don't you dare mention her, you stinking Golarion meat sack!
These two. Is it just me, or is there something like genuine affection between them? I thought demon bonds were based entirely on deceit and violence. I did not imagine these monsters could experience something akin to what we feel. But when I listen to her voice now, I hear... Listen here, priest. The demoness grinds her teeth. Would you like me to fold my hands like a penitent and tell you what I think about you, your feelings, the relationship between the two of you, and all the little games you mortals play? I would love to, but it'd make you vomit. So do yourself a favor and shut up. Attack Minagho. You won't run from me anymore.
Yes! You will finally answer for my torment. I am the vengeance that hunts you from beyond the grave.
Fine. Fine. Kill me. At least I won't have to run from you anymore. What? He just ran up and did nothing. All right. Bunch of stuff. Cloak of Resistance. Seasoned Assassin's Armor. Whenever wearing this +4 studded armor, you have total concealment against all ranged attacks, weapon and touch. Whenever you receive a critical hit from a ranged attack, you gain damage resistance 10 flat for 1d3 rounds. However, receiving a critical hit in combat makes you prone for 1 round. Absolutely not. Ring of Luck. You already had that. All right. Loot that. A little powder. Loot that. Loot that as well. Excellent. Okay.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
A little bit rougher than it should have been, but it's all right. Okay. And now, let's head back to home base.
We do it my way.
Ooh, perception check fail. Ooh. Whoa. The colorless ones remains. And a buckler. +4. Whenever the wielder of this +4 buckler becomes a target of a spell that deals elemental damage, even if such effect was prevented by spell or elemental resistance, he gains immunity to the corresponding element for 1 round. And I think Camellia can make use of that, can she not? She absolutely can. Awesome. So you're there. Leave. Okay. So now, talk to the hand. I think the hand has more dialogue options now. And there should be party members whose personal quests are ready. Like Camellia. My friend. It has been so long since we last spent time together. Wouldn't you agree? We haven't even gone for a stroll. I have missed your company. Camellia's eyes have an unnatural sheen to them, and her shallow breasts emerge from her throat in a feverish staccato. Are you all right? Yes? No. Camellia wets her lips and harshly exhales. I am quite well, but there's a way to improve my well-being 100-fold. All right. I take you on missions with me. Isn't that enough? But missions aren't the same at all. Unless shouting orders at me in the midst of battle counts as spending time together, Camellia pouts. I would like to suggest a little adventure. Take me to the brothel. Are you serious? Have I ever given you cause to doubt my seriousness? Camellia raises an eyebrow. My request is not as simple as it may first appear. A faraway look appears in her eyes. Maria is demanding blood. Her whispers are growing ever more insistent, becoming overwhelming, muddling my thoughts, stopping me from thinking about anything else. We need to help her, Professor Snape, and I know how. In the 10,000 Delights, there is a special service. It is only offered to those who already know of its existence. Deep below the brothel, there's a place where there are no limits. Do you understand? Camellia wets her dry lips. What's more, this service entails making a pleasure slave of the person your heart desires above all others. I would like to seize this opportunity. All we do here is fight and kill. Isn't that enough blood for Maria already? Camellia sighs and begins to explain like she's explaining a simple truth to a child. To feed Maria blood, I must perform a particular ritual, select a victim, cut him open from neck to navel, and wait for the life to leave his body. Then I lower Maria's amulet into the still warm flesh, and then I take a piece of that flesh inside myself. You already know how it works. You allowed me to feed Maria and Dresden, so why stop now? We're not even in your lands any longer. What difference does the death of one unknown pleasure slave make when the fate of all Golarion might depend on that death? Perception. Hold on. Shouldn't Maria be the one to select the victim? In the brothel, she'll just have to accept whoever we're given. And anyway, why does a spirit from Golarion need the blood of someone in the abyss? Camellia's answer does not come immediately. You see, Professor Snape, the abyss has completely addled my little Maria's mind. Now she simply craves blood. Any blood, from whatever source, even from someone not of Golarion. The brothel promises to turn the slave into whomever we wish. We shall do this and offer Maria a choice. You're very well informed about the brothel's secrets. How did you learn about them? Let's just say I made inquiries. All right, I'll go with you to the 10,000 Delights. Camellia's mouth broadens into a happy smile. Oh, my friend, I'm ever so pleased to hear that. I knew I could rely on you. The human half of Lann's face looks decidedly pale. Life's a funny thing, isn't it? You find yourself in a new city and suddenly you bump into an old acquaintance. He chuckles, but his expression is closer to a wince than a true smile. Sathelmalek is here in Alan Shinra. How do you know he's in Alan Shinra? Lann offers a vague shrug without looking you in the eye. I feel it. You know, it's like a scent. You smell something unusual once in your life and remember it forever. That feeling I had in the cave when Sathelmalek was turning into the mongrels into beasts, it's back. Like some cloying, nasty stench that's clogging up my lungs. Like I fell into a latrine and can't swim. Excuse the analogy. Assuming Sathelmalek is here, where should we look for him? Now that I don't know, but this thing, it seems to grow weaker and stronger as we move around. So if you put me on the scent, I'll lead you to him like a hound. All right, we'll find Sathelmalek's lair together, Lann. Lann nods. The right thing to do would be to just raze this whole city to the ground, but one demon's lair will do to start with. All right, so we got a couple of them unlocked.
Follow if you dare.
Let me just check the journal real quick. Companion quest, Bad Blood, Camellia. The Hero. Okay, Ruchelet's ready. We already got Sales. We already got Embers. All right, so we just need to talk to a Ruchelet. I hope your body and mind are in good health, champion. What is our next step? In Alan Shinra, there is no one as powerful as Shamira, the right hand of Nocticula herself. It is she who rules the city while our inscrutable mistress is away. As sad as it is for me to admit, we must try to gain her favor if we want Alan Shinra to take us seriously. How well known am I among the denizens of Alan Shinra? Nocticula herself has noticed you. The rest of the city had heard of you long before that. Tell me honestly, what do you think of the one you call the champion of Golarion? I would be lying if I told you that I don't observe you with some trepidation. Sometimes I wonder what will happen if you falter. For power and responsibility represent the most difficult trial of all, and many righteous souls have failed to pass it. I have a question about our mission. Then ask away. You must have a lot of questions. What can you tell me about the Abyss and demons in general? Demons. The hand of the inheritor speaks slowly and heavily, as if trying to break through some inner resistance. They are the youngest race of the Outer Planes, and the wildest in origin. Once, entirely different creatures used to rule the Abyss. Those were Cleopath, the embodiments of chaos. They were much less human-like, but then one entity conjured up the idea that primordial chaos could be mixed with an evil mortal soul, and that is how the first demon was created. No one remembers the name of the creator now, but the creations still live and prosper. They overthrew the Cleopath and became the essence, the soul of the Abyss, and I honestly cannot say which was worse, before humanity was added to it, or now. What do you know about Alan Shinra? Chaos has many faces. When chaos decided to manifest itself in the form of a city, Alan Shinra was born. There are places in the Abyss that are darker, bloodier, more dangerous and deceiving, but I cannot imagine a place whose significance would eclipse that of Alan Shinra. When Nocticula built the city, she employed everything of the essence that ever existed in the Abyss. Demons of all kinds from every corner of this gloomy plain lived there, and what is more, the Lady in Shadow opened the city's gates to visitors from other planes, and strangers swarmed the city. Merchants and travelers, mercenaries and explorers, mages and bards, creatures from all planes, those daring enough to visit the Abyss, chose Alan Shinra as their destination. The city is divided by two sets of walls, between which lie the quarters open to outsiders. One set of walls protects Nocticula's guests from the rabble and the poor, who are desperate enough to violate their ruler's orders for a chance to get a coin or two. The other set of wall protects outsiders from the city's nobility, who can flout Nocticula's recommendations without any reason at all, merely on a whim. But do not think that there's a single place in Alan Shinra that is safe, for danger lurks around every corner. Tell me more about Nocticula. The Lady in Shadow, the first of the succubi kin, and likely the most dangerous demon to have ever been spawned by the Abyss. I cannot tell you much about her, for she cunningly hides in the shadows, eluding the daggers of her foes and the schemes of her rivals. All I know is that she gained powers after she overthrew Veraphagus, who was the lord of shadow demons. She took his powers, his realm, and his subjects, and that merely whetted her appetite. Many demon lords have perished since then, cut down by her treacherous and sudden strikes. With each fallen enemy, her power grew stronger and her glory greater. I cannot tell which of her weapons is more dangerous, her unerring strikes, her seductive charms, her unbridled courage, or her astounding stealth. You must beware of all these dangers. I'd like to know more about Shamira. Shamira, the ardent dream. This name once rang with purity and glory, but today is tarnished with shame and treachery. Born in the upper planes, she was granted the high honor of kindling the flame of dreams in mortals, to fan it and protect it from the frigid chills of sorrow and cynicism. Shamira performed her duties faithfully until she made one single mistake. I will spare you the details, but all I will say is that the grandeur of the dream she fostered was equal only to the bloody price of its realization. It was a majestic but somber dream, and Shamira let it come true. Then she fled. Either cowardice or certainty of her rectitude kept her from standing in front of her superiors and answering for her actions. She hid in the abyss, where Nocticula, the lady in shadow, embraced her ardent light and darkened it with her blackness. A few centuries passed, and we heard her name again. Now she was called the Mistress of Alan Shinra, Nocticula's loyal companion and favorite. That is how we knew for certain that we were right on that fateful day, when we condemned Shamira. Our only regret is that we failed to foresee her fall. What is so dangerous about Hepzibah? She is the worst of all Baphomet's offspring. She gained this grim title in the bloody conflict with her own brothers and sisters, and she brutally wiped out everyone who stood in her way. She did not even show mercy for her own mother, and doomed her to a cruel execution. As a reward for her eagerness and loyalty, Baphomet granted her use of his most cherished tool, the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. However, now an even greater threat has arisen under Hepzibah's rule. Unusually powerful demons, the source of whose strength is unknown and most dangerous to us. The Crusaders have encountered such demons only a scant few times, but should an entire army of such fiends appear, Dresden would fall, Nerosian would fall, then all of Avestan would follow, and even Golarion would not stand a chance against them. Putting an end to Hepzibah's machinations, that is our mission. I see you've blessed the rocks of this cavern. Indeed I have. If even on Golarion the abyss's harmful influence can unsettle mortals and disturb their rest, what then can be said of the abyss itself, the very heart of pain and sin? But worry not, champion. By the power granted to me by Amadei, I have consecrated these dark caves. You can find respite here and recover your strength should the need arise. Everything is clear to me now. Our mission is extremely important, so I am loath to withhold any information that may help you. I'd like to ask you a personal question. There shouldn't be any secrets between us, champion. The very instant that Queen Galfrey sent you to this dark place, I swore to myself that I would do everything within my power to ease your burden. Actually, we'll go ahead and cut it here. Thank you all for joining me today on this session. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like down below. Share this content and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.